Join Michael Voris this April as he goes down under to Australia for the Charity with Clarity Tour. Michael will be speaking in Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, Canberra, and Wagga Wagga. For all the details, just go to the link.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris, coming to you from Auckland, New Zealand. We're in New Zealand on our way through to Australia, and we were invited here by a splendid group of Catholics very much in love with the faith. Got to tell you, New Zealand is a beautiful country. Now, one of the continuing curious observations we make in our various travels around the world is the extent of knowledge that non-American Catholics have about America. And not just useless or trivial knowledge, but down in the trenches, cultural and political knowledge. I'm surprised on every trip we take, although I suppose I shouldn't be surprised any longer, at the exacting detail that faithful Catholics have in other parts of the world about the United States. Excluding the accents, which are pretty cool, by the way, you'd swear you were talking about America in America when you get in conversations. They know the names of U.S. congressmen, the good one and the bad ones, the various pieces of legislation winding their way through not just Washington, D.C., but also in various state legislatures as well. They know the players, the motives, the agendas, the whole drama. And of course, they're very keyed into the current showdown between Obama and the church. And they're paying very close attention. When we were in Nigeria in January and in the Philippines in February, we said that faithful Catholics all over the world were paying very special attention to the political and social climate in the United States and following affairs with a very keen interest. That, in part, is owing to Obama's ongoing efforts to spread his evil and diabolical agenda of abortion, contraception, and sterilization to their nations through coercive government financial aid. But since those trips just a couple of months ago, the degree of interest has increased even more. The battle between the church and the state in the United States has now become a pitched one, with the promise that it will become even more so in the very near future. Those increased tensions and the hardening on each side has captured the attention of faithful Catholics around the world. That attention increased even more when Cardinal Raymond Burke in Rome announced last week that laws like the Obama mandate were evil and had to be resisted by Catholics. And a strange confluence has emerged surrounding Cardinal Burke. He is, of course, American, and it is America where the battle royale is being slugged out. About 6 weeks ago, there was a lot of internet chatter about Cardinal Timothy Dolan of New York being the first American Pope. This was due largely to the address he gave before the Pope and an assembly of the Curia while in Rome. While that blog speculation was all fine and good, the name that keeps popping up everywhere else in the world, and I do mean everywhere, when the conversation turns to that of a possible American Pope, is Cardinal Raymond Leo Burke. It's no secret that back in 2004, in the U.S. presidential elections, when Catholic in name only, abortion-loving Democrat John Kerry was running against George Bush, then Archbishop of St. Louis, Burke, declared publicly that he would not distribute Holy Communion to a Catholic politician who supported abortion. This brought him much criticism publicly and not a little privately from fellow American bishops. Well, since that time, the Holy Father has called Archbishop Burke to Rome, made him a cardinal, appointed him the head of the Apostolic Signature, the Church's canon law court, has appointed him to other very important posts in the Church, including having a significant say as to who should be named future bishops. Burke travels the world, stressing the need for adherence to the magisterium, obedience to the Church, loyalty to the Holy Father, and the recognition that if we have to be martyrs for the faith, then so be it. This past Easter, he stood beside the Holy Father celebrating Easter Mass, and now, from the depths of the rumor mill in Rome, his name has emerged as a leading candidate to become head of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, the Church's department that safeguards orthodoxy. It's the same office that Cardinal Ratzinger held for 25 years before becoming Pope Benedict XVI. You can rest assured that if Cardinal Burke became the head of the CDF, there would be a bloodletting on the part of heterodox and dissident Catholics unseen since the priests of Baal danced around the altar trying to call down lightning from their false god to consume their offering. By the way, Elijah, their nemesis, eventually orders that they all be slain. They knew how to handle enemies of the truth back in the day. Now, as we said, just within the week, Cardinal Burke publicly supported his brother bishops in the United States against Obama's tyranny, but he added this caveat about the bishops, quote, "I believe they would say it along with me that they are doing no more than their duty. A bishop has to protect his flock," end quote. And that perhaps summarizes as much as anything why it is Cardinal Burke's name that keeps popping up in conversations all over the world as the first American most likely to be the Pope, if that ever happens. These are indeed strange times, and there is a sense in the faithful Catholic world that we are hurtling towards something that we don't yet fully understand, but do have some vague premonition of. And for reasons unknown to us, it appears as though the American scene is going to have a major role in the unfolding of this drama. In many ways, America is much like the Roman Empire of old, cultural masters of the world, economic might, however much that might be fading. The sway of cultural imperial America is felt everywhere on the planet. So the battle is forced and then moved to center stage. American churchmen, leaders, and laity are deeply involved, and public enemy number one of the church is none other than the American leader himself, Obama. We Catholics have seen all of this before, from Nero on down. Satan has gone back to his old playbook, using the might and force of the state as a weapon against the body of Christ. Well, as history has proved time and again, that's a losing play. And this time, it looks as if the whole world will witness it firsthand, and American Catholics will be right in the thick of it, in the U.S. and in Rome. Reporting from Auckland, New Zealand, this is Michael Voris. God love you.
Become a premium member on RealCatholicTV.com today. Not only will you learn about the one true faith, just think of all the new friends you'll make.